Hi, this is Jessica Sherr with HerFLiX here at Tribeca 2014. We have some awesome interviews for you, women in film, here at Tribeca. And we're back. We're here with Olivia Klaus, filmmaker and advocate. And we're here again at Tribeca with Olivia's film is Life After Manson. Can you tell us a little bit about your film?
Life After Manson is the exclusive story of Patricia Krenwinkel, who was Charles Manson's most devoted follower. We tell her story from 45 years of perspective, her looking back on her life and, reflecting on where she went wrong in life and trying to pick up the pieces of the crimes that she committed that the world will never forget.
And did you know that she would be the star of your film?
I didn't. I actually met Patricia. I met her as Krenny over 12 years ago. I met her in prison when I was volunteering at the California Institution for Women. And I didn't realize she was Patricia Krenwinkel until about 5 years into volunteering when I was filming my last documentary, Sin by Silence. And she approached me to go on camera, and she's an incredible, amazing mentor there in prison. She is an incredible woman who has gone through so much, was part of something so horrendous, but has really created a life for herself, a good life for herself. Yeah. There in prison. She's a model inmate. She's never gotten any write-ups. And I feel that she, for so much that I've gotten to know her over the years, that I felt like the world kind of needed to know her story as well and realize that she's not the monster that she used to be.
And now your production company, Quiet Little Place Productions. You guys are not quiet. Sin by Silence was not quiet. You changed California policy with your film. How did that go down?
For Sin by Silence, I never expected it to go where it did. We made a film on battered women who are incarcerated for killing their abusive husbands. So these women in a split second had to defend their lives. And we shared these stories with the world. In 2009, we released in festivals, got funding for a community tour, actually got broadcasted on Discovery, and then from that broadcast we're able to influence 2 law changes in California that help over 7,000 domestic violence survivors who are currently incarcerated finally have a path towards freedom. So I guess we're not so quiet, but when we make the films we have to have a quiet place.
How did you make the story different so it's not just another Manson story?
That was really hard for us with Life After Manson because the Manson story has been told over and over and over again. And really that was the challenge for me. For something so exclusive, I mean, Krenny, who I know her as, the world knows her as Patricia Krenwinkel, but Krenny, her last interview was over 20 years ago with Diane Sawyer. And so she hasn't gone on camera since then. And so I really felt an obligation to be respectful to her opening up to me and sharing her story with me. And so there was opportunity to go a different direction with this story, but I felt like if we're going to tell this story, we need to tell it differently. And, everyone knows, not everyone, but everyone has an idea of the Manson story, that it was crazy times, it was crazy crimes, but I think they don't know behind the scenes, like what led these people to do this, what led a girl, like the girl next door, to be part of these horrendous crimes. And there is stuff that happened. Patricia Krenwinkel didn't just wake up one night and say, oh, I'm going to fall in love with Charles Manson and we're going to, brutally murder all these people. I mean, there was a path that she went down and wrong choices that she made that led her down this path. And I felt that story needed to be told. We needed to understand more what happened and why this happened and why these people were involved. And, finally tell a Charles Manson story that's not about Manson. I love telling women's stories. I love providing those stories to the world. I think that, I think it's a term that the Creative Vision Foundation termed, but it's creative activism. And I think that really is my job as a filmmaker, creative activism, to really share these stories and create change.
This is Olivia Klaus. She's an awesome filmmaker here at Tribeca 2014. Keep making your stories, keep telling them, and thank you so much for your time.
You've been watching a HerFLiX moment.